it's Ian from Ranking the Obscure here. Welcome to a live album for ranking, which means it's Friday. And today we've got an English-British punk band formed in 1976 by Charlie Harper, so it's got to be the UK Subs. 10 official live albums. There are a lot of other releases as well, but I'm going to concentrate on those 10 official releases. So at number 10, now this was a cassette only back in 1982, and it's called Danger, and in brackets UK Subs Live. So on here, and this I forgot to say that it was released on CD to coincide with the 40th anniversary of the show. So it's Alvin Gibbs on bass, drum Steve Roberts, guitars Nicky Garrett, and vocals Charlie Harper. So the first track is the title track from Endangered Species. Now this version, it really has got a murky sound. It's Charlie shouting, the melody and the guitars are a bit of a blur in the world, but it's more nostalgic than, I'd say, impactful. Up next, from Another Kind of Blues, we've got CID. It's fast and frantic, this is, but the tape quality makes it feel like it's coming from the bottom of a pint glass. Energy's there, clarity isn't. I Couldn't Be You, another one from the Another Kind of Blues album. Charlie's shouting more than singing. The band sounds like they're playing well, but the recording does muddle everything, I'm afraid. I Live in a Car, a single from 1978. It's a nostalgic blast. You can feel that early punk chaos, but the tape distortion heats half of the detail. Again, from Another Kind of Blues, we've got Tomorrow's Girls, the anthem, but they're underneath, but Charlie's vocals are basically bark. Brand New Age, from Brand New Age, played fast and loose. The cassette version makes it sound as if it's happening in the next room, which is quite nostalgic. Then from Brand New Age, we've got Countdown. The criff cuts better, a bit better here. Charlie's delivery is pure shout and attitude. Left for Dead from Brand New Age. Yeah, again, it is, but the energy's there, but it's not the best. Then we got Rockers and Warhead from Brand New Age. Both really muffled but nostalgic. Brand New Servant and Time and Matter again. They're all sort of muffled, but you can feel the atmosphere. That's the thing. Crash Course. Frantic and Messy, I'm afraid, that version. I, Robot from Endangered Species. Mechanical Stomp is buried. Charlie bellows over the top. Teenage, Another Kind of Blues. Crowd Pleaser, that you can hear the crowd going wild on that. Perfect Girls. Yeah, it's all this, everything sort of goes into one. Party in Paris, Crash Course single. Fun Moment. Lots of shouting and guitar grungy sounds. Emotional Blackmail's on here as well. Again, it's all thing. And then there's a reprise of CRD. Now, this is more of a nostalgic snapshot. Not a powerful live album, but the performance energy is there. Okay, the recording is muddy and distant and overloaded, but it's okay. It's I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 because it is very nostalgic to hear that. Okay, number 9. From 1994, it's called Gross Out USA, and this was recorded in Chicago in 1984. And on here we've got Tez Roberts on bass, Pete Davis on drums, Captain Scarlet on guitar, and vocals Charlie Harper. Now this starts off, they come on stage with the Good and the Bad, the Ugly theme, and then it goes into Emotional Blackmail from Brand New Age. This is a fast, ragged version. And Charlie's already, first song, and he's on full bark mode. The guitars are sharp, but the mix is a bit boxy, if to be quite honest. Then we go to the Endangered Species album for New Barbarians. This is tight. It's quite. The riffs are good. It comes quite aggressive. This version is noticeably faster and more chaotic than normal. In the Wild, again from Endangered Species. It's a lot looser than the studio version, and Charlie's pushing his voice hard. The rhythmic central sounds great despite this rough mixture. Veronique, another track from the Endangered Species album. Melodic for them, it's more jagged, but Charlie's delivery is more shouted than sung, but the band keep it tight. Flood of Lies, from Flood of Lies. Darker, more political track here. Don't know if the Americans got it, but through the vocal distortion, it's pretty solid. Warhead from Brand New Age, great track, always a centerpiece. It's slow and menacing. Charlie's voice is very shout heavy in this recording as usual. Limbo Life from Brand New Age, a great live track, and it's the editing in this is a little bit abrupt, but it's not a bad version of it. Disease from Brand New Age comes next. This is a fast and raw version of this. It's okay. Violent Revolution for Flood of Lies. Strong performance. The mix jumps around. It keeps dropping out. But Charlie's on full throttle there. Soldiers of Fortune from the same album. One of the better captured tracks on the album. The band sound locked in, even though the vocals are a little bit overcompressed. Ice Age from Brand New Age. Sharp riffs, sounds okay. The editing between the crowd noise is a bit messy, I'm afraid. Dress Code from Flood of Lies. Punchy performance. The guitar work is the highlight. Same album, Telephone Numbers. This is a fun, bouncy track, I think. This version is energetic, but the mix is uneven. Stranglehold from Another Kind of Bull's a classic. This version is fast and raw. Very shout driven, but the guitars occasionally overpower the drums. You Don't Belong, a strong performance, one of the better sounding tracks, despite it being rougher. It's still one of the best. From Crash Course, we've got Party in Paris to end the show. It's okay, this version. Great, reasonably good recording. The band are tight, the energy is high. The set list was fantastic. The editing, however, is a little bit hit and miss. So I'm going to give that a 6.2. Okay, number 8. UK Subs Live Kicks from 1979. Now, this was actually recorded at the Roxy back in 1977. So it's Charlie Harper, Nicky Garrett, Paul Slack and Pete Davis. This one opens with B1C. From Another Kind of Blues. This is really good. It's raw, it's more chaotic, but it's quite well balanced. Pretty good version. It couldn't be you. Cover of a Buzzcocks track, of course, on the Spiral Scratch album. Played at breathneck speed. It's pure 77 punk energy. It's pretty solid as well. Then we get I Live in My Car, which was the B-side to CID. This is one of the rawest versions. It's a minute of pure punk chaos. Absolutely top drawer punk. Tomorrow's Girl, single, much faster and rougher than the hit single. Stranglehold, another single. These are great tracks, loose, more frantic. But this one where the band almost outruns itself. Illegal 15, Another Kind of Blues, a short, violent blast, harsher guitar than the LP. CID, the debut single, tightest performance, the crowd noise is all over the mix though. No Rules Victim, Another Kind of Blues, faster and more aggressive than the studio cut, that's all I'll say. It's got the energy. Lady Esquire from 1979, messy. I don't know if they'd been how far they've got through the beer on this, because it sounds a little bit in a drunken stupor. Telephone Numbers, drums slightly ahead of the beat. Yeah, that's what you like about these nostalgic recordings. The longer you go through the set, the more erratic it becomes. World War, which was the B-side to Stranglehold. Charlie's just barking here. It's just pure aggression. Disease. It's one of the most intense tracks on here. Stranglehold was the encore. Uh, the band are running on adrenaline by this time, I think. It's not the best version. Again, this is one of them live albums that documents that captures the band exactly as they were when they started. The chaos is great. The little mistakes are quite charmful. So you feels like you're there. You can. There's no polish or overdub. So I'm going to give that a 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 7. Okay, this isn't a live album as such, but it does go down in the live, and it's the Peel Sessions 78-79. We got Paul Slack, Pete Davis, Nicky Garrett, and Charlie Harper. Now, the first session was recorded in May 1978. And we've got It Couldn't Be You. This is really good. The Peel production team give it that dry, punchy edge. It's a very, very good version of it. Tomorrow's Girls, this is raw. It's so raw you could cut yourself on it. It's tight as well, and it's a great version of it. Then we get Disease. It's real gritty. The riffs are sharper. And the singing's good on this. CID, one of the defining early subtracks, of course, but the Peel sessions is blistering. Absolutely fantastic. Stranglehold. The chorus hits harder on this. The whole thing feels it's about to fall apart in the best possible way. Then the session 2 was recorded in September of 78. We have World War. Very aggressive. Charlie's vocal delivery is near enough spitting the lyrics out. TV Blues. The guitar work on this is fantastic. The production sounds good. Another Kind of Blues. This is a looser version than the tight studio cut. All I Want to Know from Kind of Blues. Very good version of it, tight. Trotters, unique to the Peel sessions, never appeared on any studio album. This is the only proper recording you'll get on it. This is a sort of frantic, scrappy punk gem that shows how much the material of the subs they had in the vault. Really good. And the next session was recorded in 79. You get Killer from Brand New Age. Excellent version of it. Crash Course, of course. Crash Course. Much rawer. This is very sort of demo style. Very, very good. Lady Esquire. This is quite. This sounds a bit more cleaner than on the Brand New Age album. It's still got that snarling edge though. IOD from Brand New Age. This version is it's the best sounding track on the whole album. Absolutely top draw. Emotional Background. This is a furious closer of this album from Brand New Age. Very aggressive and very raw. I love this album, even though it's recorded in the studio rather than on stage. It's still got that rough edge and that feel and the sound that only Peel's sessions only captured. So I'm going to give that a 6.6. Number 6 then, from 86, Left for Dead Alive in Holland. So the band on here is bass guitar, Plonker Magoo, drums, Rab Fay Beath, guitar, James Moncur and Charlie Harper. This one kicks off with CID. It's a very good track. You can tell how they've changed. Charlie's singing on this is brilliant. Absolutely good. Then we get to the Brand New Age for Emotional Background. Still venomous. It hits harder than on the high LP. Endangered Species. Brilliant. Charlie sounds great. Gritty but controlled vocal delivery there. Fear of Girls from Brand New Age. One of the most underrated UK sub stompers here. This feels heavier though, I must admit. Rock and Roll Savage from the New Age album. Proper swagger on here. The guitar gives more bite. Staying with, we're going to the Endangered Species for SK8 Tough. Really good version. Lots of energy and that rawness. New York State Police, a single. Great to hear this being done. Really chaotic in a good way. Really tight. Then we got Does She Suck from Huntington Beach. One of the newer tracks of the time, and it really works. This is much better than on the album, actually, I think. Limo Life from Endangered Species, one of the best performances of the night. This is tight and punchy. Confrontational Street from Endangered Species. It's the best version I've heard of this, I think. Warhead, slower, heavier. Charlie nails that spoken parts brilliantly. Please State from Endangered Species. A bit looser, but it's still got that studio vibe. Teenage, another kind of pure pogo energy. You can imagine everyone jumping up. And then they do that cover of the Buzzcocks, like I Couldn't Be You. Very old school style, brilliant. I Live in My Car, always fun. It's scrappy, but it's always energy. Blues, really good. This is better than in '79, I think. Telephone Numbers, another really good version. Charlie's vocals are great. Left for Dead and from Huntington Beach. I think this is much fiercer than the studio cut. Rockers, a proper highlight of this set. Tremendous. Strangleholds on here, that's pretty cool as well. New Barbarians, a bit looser rhythmically, keep it still powerful. Tomorrow's Girls, great. Crowd are going mad. And then this one ends with the beautiful Between the Eyes from Endangered Species. Strong, closer, span sounds great. Charlie's vocals holds up well. Now, this album actually shows that mid-80s sub punch is faster and rougher. Very good. The whole feel has a pub floor sticky sweat on the ceiling energy. So I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. Number 5 then came out in 1990. Greatest Hits Live in Paris. Recorded at the Salle Valencia in Paris in 1989. On bass we have Dave Farrelly. On drums Matt McCoy. Guitar Daryl Bath. And Charlie Harper. So this one opens up with a Rock and Roll Savage from Endangered Species. Now, considering it's not the original band, they play this really well. It's got that energy. Once again, Charlie is spitting them lines out with more venom than the studio cut. Classic Subs energy, actually. Staying with the same album, Motivator. And this is a really good version of it. The guitars have more bite and the chorus lands louder. We're going to move to the Brand New Age now for Combat Zone. Always a live favourite, and this raw version is really good. The tempo is just pushed enough to give it that barely holding together punk thrill. Emotional background, blackmail from Brand New Age next. I think this is one of the defining tracks on here. This version is aggressive. The crowd noise is bleeding into the mix. Actually adds to the atmosphere, I think. Endangered Species, a great track. Comes across a lot heavier, the rhythm section sounding more muscular. iRobot, darker than this is one of the darkest versions I've heard. Still got a lot of attitude. The New York State Police, always a crowd pleaser this is. It's got that proper sort of swagger you get from UK subs. Then we have Streets on Fire punk rap from Endangered Species. A real sort of hybrid performance. Streets on Fire is played straight, but punk rap becomes more loose. A shouted rant. Scar Tough, or I don't know how they pronounce that. It looks like SK8 to me, but there we go. Endangered Species is a short, sharp. It's over before you know it. Very frantic, very quick. It's even quicker than the studio version, I think. She's Not There. A cover of the Zombies song. Yes. Sounds more like a garage punk version than the the original. Warheads on here. The anthem song, slower and heavy. They've toned it down a little bit. And Charlie's leaning into that spoken word menace. Pretty good. Rockers, no nonsense run through. Can't go wrong with that one. Staying with the brand new age, we have You Don't Belong. Melodic. This is, but it's got that ragged edge that carries that emotional punch. CID for Another Kind of Blues, punk classic. This is fast and exactly what you want from this song. Good version. Stranglehold, a little bit looser from the studio cut, but the chorus absolutely explodes into life on this version. Tomorrow's Girls, always a Crave album. Teenage, excellent version. Thunderbird Wine, great to see this in a live set. It's a sleazy saccharine track, and the live version is quite good. Brand New Cadillac, Vince Taylor track. It's really good. Great version, gives it that punk edge. Roadhouse Blues, yeah, not the best, sorry. Backdoor Man. I mean, Charlie loves the blues, and this isn't too bad, I suppose. Like another great recording. The band are on fire. The performance is punchy. The mix is a little bit. It seems like someone spliced it together on a Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. But take it away. Don't take anything away from this. The songs are absolutely brilliant. Pity about them editing. So I'm going to give that a 7.3. Number 4 then. Now this came out in 1999 and it's live at the War Zone. And the War Zone is in Belfast and it was recorded in 1998. Charlie Harper, Nicky Garrett, Paul Slack and Pete Davis. Opens up with a classic, CID. Charlie sounds really fired up on this. And the room's tiny venue gives the echo that little sweaty authenticity. It is really good. I Couldn't Be You. Nicky's guitar is brilliant on this. It's got that typical Nicky grit. I Live in My Car, absolutely brilliant. It's short, but gore, just full of power. UK Subversities from Brand New Age. This is a bit heavier live. I mean, Pete Davis gives it the more stomp than the studio version. Blues from Brand New Age. This is a great vocal. Charlie's more of a sneer. There's acoustics of this building makes it feel grimier in a good way. Telephone Numbers, B-side, of course. Short and sharp, exactly how the track should be delivered. Barbie's Dead. The band tears through this. Nicky's guitar work tone is wonderfully abrasive, and the tone of the venue really gives it. You Don't Belong. The tightest performance of the night on this. I think this is the classic lineup chemistry really shows. Emotional Blackmail, a highlight again. Charlie's delivery is properly venomous here. It's woof. Endangered Species, this is heavier. I mean, Paul Slack's bass is thumping on that track. It's just one of those tracks that he works so well at on that. Fear of Girls, messy but brilliant, now it should be. Organised Crime, this gives it extra grit. I think it's something to do with the atmospherics in the room. The drums sound really punchy as well. Warhead. Charlie's spoken words are absolutely brilliant on this version. Stranglehold, again energetic. The crowd feeds off the band here. Tomorrow's Girls, classic Subs anthem. This version is raw and youthful despite the band's years. It really sounds like it's being played in the 70s. We got Another Kind, Teenage, again, really good. It's Charlie's vocals takes him back to 1979. Rockers, absolutely brilliant version of that. Limo Life, oh, it's heavy and tight. New Barbarians, another standout track from the night. Nicky's guitar is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely top draw sound on that. Crash Course, very, very frantic and good. New York State Police, killer version this is. Then Party in Belfast, which is a live jam. Ad-lib, cheeky chaos, brilliant. This is brilliant. It's definitely got that small venue punch, hasn't it? The classic lineup, Harper, Garrett, Slack and Davis, gives the whole thing a sense of authenticity. This is one of them live albums where you can practically smell the beer and feel the elbows. So I'm going to give this a 7.5. At number 3, came out in 2002, recorded in 2000 at the Borderline. So it's Charlie, Nicky, Alvin and Pete. So another classic lineup of the subs. This one opens up with CID. Classic opener, fast, sharp. Charlie sounds proper fired up again. Straight into that old school sound. I Couldn't Be You. This is short, snotty and very 1977 in spirit, even if they're not their age. But Nicky's guitar work is biting here. It's more aggressive than I've ever heard him play it. I Live in My Car. I just love this version. Then that lyric is punched out by Charlie. Really good. This seems to get quicker as time goes on. Emotional Blackmail. One of the best versions on the night, I think. The rhythm section is absolutely locked in. Alvin's bass is huge on that. Endangered Species, darker and heavier. I think this has always been a dark, heavy live versions. And Charlie's vocal is really good. Organised Crime from Brand New Age. I think the Pete's drumming on this is superb. The guitars are slightly more chaotic. Tomorrow's Girls, even. The crowd are singing this along with Charlie. It's quite good. It's a nice interaction on that version. Teenage, proper pogo track. This is pogo, spitting, and all that sort of thing. Party in Paris. It's a fun track, isn't it? It's bouncy. The crowd are clearly on fire with that one. Crash Course. I think this is a great track, but I think when you hear it live on all the live albums that this is on, it always sounds a lot better. Warhead, one of the best vocals of the night from Charlie, delivers this real venom. Riot from Diminished Responsibility, nice to see a different track. This is a real heavy stomping track. It hit hard live, I think. Stranglehold, you can't go wrong with that one, another great version. Same with Limo Life. You can tell that Charlie likes singing this one because you can hear it in his voice. New York State Police. Faster and aggressive, this version. They really speed these up. Punk rock, absolutely brilliant. And it's a cover of a German band that were called the Totenhausen. A very good version of it. I did hear the original, and they honour it very well. Now, I think this is a really good live album, another small album. It doesn't exist now, it's a shame. But the band sound good, you know. After all these years, they still turn out a good show. So I'm going to give that one a 7.7. Number 2 then. Came out in 2004, recorded during their European tour of 2004, and it's called Violent State. So we've got Charlie Harper, Alvin Gibbs, Nicky Garrett, and Pete Davis. It opens up with a track off their Quintessentials album, Living Dead. And this is really good. Alvin's bass line is terrific. Really like that. We're going to stay with that album. We've got Squat 96. This is very 90s subs, the live version has more bite than the studio. I think it's a really good version. Then we go back to some of the classics. We've got Emotional Blackmail. Always a highlight. The band, they've got it absolutely right. It's heavy. It's got the emotional steering on it. It's excellent. Cyberjunk, another album track from Quintessentials. This is better than on the album. Absolutely. Charlie's vocal is full of sarcasm. Perfect. State of Alert from Brand New Age. I love how they do swap these classics around. This is really good again. Back to the Quintessentials for Mouth on a Stick. Alvin's bass. Brilliant. Great groove. Great rhythm. It's just a real good version of it. Bit of New York State Police, a crowd pleaser as ever. The riff's harder. Charlie, just as usual, spits that lyrics out with that real venom vocal he's got. Organised Crime, very good version. Rhythm section are just on fire. Quintessentials itself, I really like this track anyway, but this is probably the definitive version of it. It just shows a little bit more weight and attitude, I think. Staying with the Quintessentials, The Works. Again, much better live than on the studio album. Really good. Sensitive Boys. I'm not very keen on this on the album. It just lacks something, but the live version, yeah, gives it that punch it was missing on the studio. Go to a little bit of classic stuff now. Ice Age. Very good. Cold, dark, cold, heavy, top drawer. Then we get Crash Course. You can't go wrong with this. This has still got that energy, even though it goes back to 1980. And I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Tomorrow's Girls, another kind of blues track. The crowd love this. They lift it. Warhead, another dynamic version of that. Then we go to the Diminished Responsibility for a little bit of Riot. Heavy stomping bass, guitar sound massive on that. Stranglehold, another brilliant version. Like I Couldn't Be You. These are, they're still punching out these classics with a lot of fire. Limo Life again, brilliant. Then we do a Billy Childish cover of Punk Rock Ish Nick Tot. That's not a bad version of it, to be quite honest. It's a great way to end the show. I just think this is absolutely brilliant. Considering when it was recorded, considering the age of them, I mean, Charlie's in his 80s now, but considering how old they deliver this with that punk swagger, with a little bit of maturity, but they do not take away the roots of the music. So I really like this album. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So, number 1. Recorded on the 30th of May 1980. And the album is called Crash Course. Paul Slack, Pete Davis, Nicky Garrett, Charlie Harper. So, opens up with CID. Comes out like a siren blast. Charlie is full of bark and the band sounds tightly wound and awesome. What a version. I Couldn't Be You. Brilliant version of this. It's really got that pogo sort of bounce. The guitars from Nicky are absolutely brilliant. I Live in My Car, probably one of the best versions I've heard of this. The crowd noise lifts it. It's proper street punk edge. Brilliant. Tomorrow's Girls, one of the anthem style tracks from the band. Charlie's phrasing is rougher but more urgent. Left for Dead, a blur of speed. Paul's drumming on this is just fierce and hard. Kicks from Brand New Ages on here, punchy and clipped. The live mix actually makes the bass more prominent. Very good. Rat Race. I love this song, and It's nice to see it have a live version of it. Charlie sounds like he's got a lot of aggression built up. New York State Police, one of the best versions I've heard of this. The chorus hits harder and the crowd reacts to it brilliantly. Warhead again, thunder through this. It's the centerpiece of this set. They've slowed it down a little bit, but it's got more, it's heavy, but the tension builds up beautifully on that version. Public Servant, nice to hear this out, and it's snarling and sarcastic, and Charlie just leans into that sneer brilliantly. Telephone Numbers, a very good version of this. It's a quick, chaotic burst, but I think because it's speeded up a little bit, it feels even shorter live. Organised Crime, can't go wrong. The guitars grind here. Totally locked in, Nicky and Paul. I think they really are locked into that one. Rockers, one of the groovier tracks. The live version swings more. It's got that real atmosphere on that one. Absolutely love that one. Dirty Girls, fast, trashy, classic subs. The Same Thing, a track from Brand New Age. It's one of them blink and you miss it blasts, but the band just tear through it with precision and tightness. The thing with these short, sharp tracks, it's all right, they're quick, but you've got to get the timing right, and I think the timing right is brilliant on that. Crash Course, it's delivered like a mission statement here. Fast, loud, no nonsense. Teenage, from Another Kind of Blues, crowd favourite. The chorus gets a big reaction of always. Killer, tight, aggressive from Mr. Davis on the drums. Absolutely standout drumming on that. Emotional Blackmail ends the night. I think this live album catches the UK subs at full power during their 1980 peak. Recorded at the classic Rainbow Theatre, and it's relentless. The classic lineup, the performances, fast, raw, aggressive. Nicky's on fire on the guitars. What also makes it really special, you've got to tip your hats to Paul and Pete. The engine room of this was absolutely tight as you like on this album. So I'm going to give this an 8.3. So there we go. We start Friday off with a bit of crash bang wallop classic punk from the UK subs. I do like these albums. I think they're in lots of retrospect, I think they sound a lot better live than they do in the studio, and they're great in the studio. Anyway, I'm going to have to go and sort my nose out because it's starting to block up. So I will see you soon. Take care for now. Bye.